Yeah, so Google will not be putting, I guess they've changed their minds. Will not be
So
putting,
let's get back to this other issue which came up and which I think is important because I bring it up a lot and I'm going to keep bringing it up, which is the death of these search engines if they can't deal with SEO. The fact, and in my example is you try to find, besides trying to find the deduper, I tried to find the world's best weed whacker, the little thing with the string that spins around. And you can't do it because everyone's selling these things, and so they have SEO guys come in and they pump it up. Nobody can do a comparison because you can't. If it's on Google, if you look it up, you'll find it's on page 80. You'll never get there.
There's not like like CNET hasn't, CNET, or I guess I don't know what website you would go to get comparisons.
There's probably 100 of these weed whackers, and yeah, every site will have maybe there's a few legitimate sites that will compare 5 of them. It's useless. And then if you try, it's just ridiculous. I know there's a matrix out there somewhere where somebody's compared all 100 of them. I'll never find it. That's what Google's supposed to do for me. But most of these sites are like, well, let's, then CNET included and all these guys, they sell these things. It's all commercial. I can't find the data. And Google has done nothing about this. They fight it off as best they can with anti-SEO concepts, but the SEO guys are beating the crap out of them.
Well, but I think it goes even farther than SEO. I think it really goes to the nature of how we get information on the internet. And I think a search engine is a blunt instrument for finding information that was good in the early days, but now, because of real time, because of curation and aggregation, basically, I don't think it's just SEO. There's just too much crap on the internet, and a simple search, as good as Google can get PageRank, I don't think a simple search is going to be enough. That's why you need human editors. That's why I think Google's added Twitter to its search results. If you search for World Cup on Google, you will get not only, some traditional Google search results, but you'll get, a live real-time Twitter stream.
That's part of the reason, I've started doing searches and actually putting quotes around actually asking the question because
that's interesting.
I don't necessarily think it'll
works?
Lead me to the answer directly, but surely somebody else has asked this question in a public forum. And a lot of times you get the Yahoo Answers, which comes up, and sometimes you get good answers, sometimes you don't.
And John, we've gone through this before. Remember, there were link farms were like a real problem on Twitter a few years ago. It's all you'd ever get is a link farm.
For Google, yeah.
Yeah, Google, not Twitter, yeah. And so I think that's part of
the Parker sites used to come up all the time, and they finally beat them back. But these commercial sites that are all over the place. Another one, try to find anybody out there, go to Google and type in, find the best cell phone, mobile phone plan. Just put that in your search and see what you get. You'll get thousands and thousands of hits for people that are with bogus sites, phony baloney. They're selling mobile phone services, and it's just it's impossible. And I can find Leo Laporte, and that's about all I can find on Google.
It's good for data objects, but not for more abstract concepts. And by the way, that's the point of Bing. Bing was exactly that, or at least that's how Microsoft sold it, with the idea.
It's just Google warmed over.
But it isn't. Because it's so hard to do algorithmically. The way to do it is with humans. And that's, to me, why Twitter, the success of Twitter, truthfully, the success of Facebook.
I wonder what the critical mass is. There's some basic number of followers that I bet if you have it, when you shout out a random question, the odds become in your favor that somebody will happen to know the result. Now, I try not to abuse it, but oh my God, if I want a direct answer about something, you ask it over Twitter and you get highly curated, valuable responses out of the crowd, the wisdom of the crowds.
Yeah. Or you just get a vuvuzela.
Yeah, forget the cloud. I'm all about the crowd.
I'm with you. And I think that's where we're going to see. That's the next stage. And I imagine that Google is running scared a little bit because their dominance, is threatened by humans, oddly enough. Algorithmic search.
The irony to this whole thing is that's the way Yahoo started.
Right.
And then they gave up on it.
Algorithmic search
Yahoo
has its limits.
The place if they had stuck to their guns and not, brought in Semmel or whoever.
Are they not doing the Yahoo Answers anymore?
No, not the answers. The original Yahoo.
They're actually having people physically make the directory. Yeah, of course.
Although I don't know if that works either. But that's, I think, probably what Mahalo's all about. Yahoo Answers. I think that's probably the idea, is human-powered search, right?
But even if Google were to add something very simple like a dig-like effect, where every time you got a search that gave you obvious SEO, you could just tag it, and if enough people, it would weigh it down. You would bring in that human element. But I don't know, I don't know enough about their wizardry to know if that would work with their plan or not.
There was a site, we interviewed them on Net at Night, called Aardvark, that was the same idea.